In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can prevent getting sick, how you can lead a happy and healthy life. So stay tuned. Now, you may have realized that we're living in a modern age with advanced medical system where we're able to catch diseases before they get worse, right? Now, that's really good. We're living in a really good times with the, high-tech medical system, and they can even get rid of diseases in the, later stages if they get worse. So that's really good. But now, due to this modern society and fast-paced lifestyle, it brings other complications. Like, people are living in high amount of stress these days. They are struggling with depression. They are struggling with some kind of mental illness. Loneliness is one of the major causes. And this medical system does have medications that you can take to improve your health conditions, to your mental conditions, to like depression. You can take some medication. But what I've realized, it doesn't actually look into what is causing those illness or sickness in the first place, like going to the main root cause of those problems and preventing them from getting worse. So that's something I feel like it's lacking in the medical system here in the United States and pretty much everywhere across the world. Now, people are getting more aware of how to take care of their health better, eat a better healthy diet, get into fitness and all that. But still, there is a vast majority of people that are not living the life as they should, I would say, or not getting the benefits of, or the outcome of your human body as they would like. So let's take a step further and find what we can do to change this notion in the society where, agree, people are busy, people are stressed out, but they're doing some kind of fad diets these days. People will get into a 2-week diet program, 2-week, ab toning program, get into 4 weeks of losing 20 pounds or something like that. Those actually may work for temporary, give you the results as well that you're looking for, but those are not sustainable. They're not going to help you sustain that, healthy weight or healthy overall health of your system. So I'm going to share some details in this video. So how you can improve your lifestyle, what things you can do on doing small things like teaching your children to do those small things from early on, so they develop that habit and get into the discipline of knowing what to eat, what not to eat, when not to eat, what to drink, when not to drink, all that, and keeping a balance of your lifestyle, your work, your social circle, and all that. So now, human health is comprised of 3 main pillars. Now, as per the Ayurveda, which is the ancient wisdom of health and healing, those 3 pillars are your diet, your exercise, and sleep, which is really important. Now, let's talk about diet. What is diet? Diet is the food that you eat and any water or liquids that you consume, right? So let's talk about water. The water, everybody talks about stay hydrated, drink 1 gallon of water every day or 2 liters of water every day. Now, water is not like a recommended amount that everyone should eat, because everyone's body is different, everybody's height, weight, and the way they process everything is different. So my idea is to drink when you're thirsty. Drink when you're thirsty and drink slowly. Now, don't get into the habit like when you're thirsty or when you want to drink something, you just gulp down 1 or 2 bottles of water continuously. Drink water slowly. Drink water as if you're eating. Drink water sitting down. Don't drink water like standing in a position, in a standing position, in a running, like people carry the bottles of water and they drink water while they're running. Actually, that's not so good. I would say just take a pause, drink water slowly. Get on the side, take a break, sit down if you can, or at least get in a relaxed position and drink water slowly. Now, what are the times that you should drink water? The first thing that I do, and I tell people to do as well, drink 1 glass of lukewarm, warm water or room temperature water as soon as you get up in the morning. Now, this will have plenty of benefits. Like I've been doing this, drinking water in the morning every day for the last 10 years or so. And it's actually really good. And I feel active and I feel like rejuvenated in the morning. Instead of having, a cup of coffee as soon as you wake up, or just reaching out to eat something as soon as you wake up. Don't do that. So as soon as you get up, drink a glass of water, warm water, walk around a little bit. This will help to start activating your gastrointestinal system and, help you evacuate, move your bowels so you can do the cleanse and start your day. So that's the first thing. That's a very important thing too. Now, in terms of water, as you may already know, don't go for the sugary drinks because they have lots of sugar and soda and all those things. Try to stay away from them. Go for plain water, low sugar content things like maybe some coconut water, maybe some fruit juice, but not too much because those juices have a lot of sugar too. So yeah, do that. Actually, the other good thing for drinking liquid in the morning is buttermilk or lassi in India. If you go to, they call lassi. That's really good to boost your immunity, to help with the probiotics in your stomach. So you should do that. And there's actually another series I can talk about probiotics. You have yogurt-based probiotics. You also have kefir that people have started taking. Kombucha is another one. So look into that. See what suits your body. See what you like, the taste of what you can get into the habit of. Do that. Next thing, let's talk about food. Food is the fuel for your body, right? So you want to make sure that the fuel that you're putting inside your body is nutritious. It's holistic, it's vital, it's full of energy. It's not, and it's not all those bad things like stale, made with bad kind of oils, made with inhumane preparation or conditions. So I'm not telling people to not eat meat. That's their personal choice, but what I know is what suits me is a vegetarian diet, which doesn't comprise of hurting or harming other animals for my consumption. Because I know that when I eat food, I can get the vital minerals, nutrients, vitamins from all the vegetables and fruits out there. Yes, I do include some dairy. Dairy depends on person to person. Again, some people are not able to digest the dairy products. They can stay away from them. There's a lot of non-dairy products available these days, but that's your choice. Now, the other thing in food is eat less carbohydrates. I know you may have heard of it several times. Eat less carbs. The diet these days, and mostly like Western or American diet, is comprised of a lot of carbohydrates and a lot of sugar, of course. Any fast food that you find outside is mostly carbs and sugar and maybe some fat, right? So try to stay away from carbs, especially that white flour, the white flour or the refined flour that's used a lot of times in pre-made food or food purchased from fast food places or the restaurants outside. So start including more protein, more fiber into your diet. Now, like I said earlier, I said you can have some juice once in a while, but I actually prefer smoothies instead of juice, because smoothies contain a lot of fiber that you may not get when you consume just the juice part. So try to include smoothies more in your diet, which is like, taking the whole fruit and blend it all together. That's what you get a smoothie, right? So do that. Now, in terms of fruit and cooked food should not be mixed together. So these are some principles I'm telling you as part of the Ayurveda, like I said, which is the ancient wisdom written in the Vedas. So as per Ayurveda, don't mix fruits and cooked food together. If you want to eat fruit on an empty stomach. So make a practice of eating fruit for breakfast or middle of the day or evening, but just keep fruit as fruit. Don't like mix it, you're having cooked food on the side and you're having fruit as a dessert on the side. Even if you want to have fruit as a dessert, wait for some time. Wait for like half an hour or something to eat fruit. Because when you eat fruit, to get the most benefit of eating fruit, to be able to absorb all the nutrients, you need to eat fruit by itself. And there's another thing, that to try not to mix too many fruits together and try to go for seasonal fruits. So if you're eating some kind of seasonal fruits, just eat that kind of fruit. So for example, when you're eating fruit, don't mix citrus fruits or some sour, citrus or some like sweet fruits together. Like, I don't know, try to keep them a little bit separate. So if you're eating like orange and citrusy stuff, eat that. If you're eating berries and apples, like eat apples separately, eat your berries separately. So that's one principle. Again, you can try it and see how it works, but that's how it's been prescribed and how it helps you absorb all the nutrients more effectively, right? Now, the other thing with fruit, or actually with food, is eat fruit with gratitude. When you're preparing food for yourself, or someone is preparing meals for you, or even if you're buying meal from somewhere who prepared it for you, eat meal with a gratitude. The other thing is, don't eat while you're standing up. I know it's become a culture, like a work culture. People are so busy in their lifestyle, they don't even have time to sit down and eat. And actually, to be honest, I hate those lunch meetings. Those lunch meetings, I think they should not be allowed, because lunch is something, or food is something that you want to sit down in peace, calmly, and eat food slowly. You should not be like just gulping and munching down everything and talking and yapping. Yeah, not a good practice. So that's the reason I don't like those lunch meetings or even dinner meetings. I mean, if I want to be socialize over coffee, over tea, over a light drink, if you're into a little bit of wine or beer, with some snacks, but not like a full-fledged meal. So eat meal in peace and quiet, and be grateful for your meal. Be grateful to the person who prepared the meal. Be grateful to the land or the farmers who harvested those vegetables or the meal for you. Be grateful to the Mother Earth who, gave you this food, and be grateful to God. I mean, it's like, people die of hunger, in some parts of the world. So be grateful that you have a plate to eat, and be grateful that you're about to consume that food to nourish your body, right? So that's the main intent of eating food, to nourish your body. Now, in terms of eating food, there's another thing that I want to stress on, is the timing of eating food. I actually made another video of that. You should check that out. It's about daily routine of when to eat, when to exercise, and when to sleep for the optimal health. So check that out in the link here. That tells you about the timing of eating food. Now, in that video, I also talked about that how big your meal should be. Now, your breakfast, when you get up, if you're eating breakfast before 10 a.m., that should be a light breakfast, a small breakfast. It shouldn't be very heavy. I know you may have heard of it, like eat breakfast like a king. Don't go for that. Eat breakfast like a small meal, like a small energy, nutrition, just to get you going, right? Then same with dinner, same with supper or dinner. That should be a small meal, because that's when you are preparing to, to just calm down, relax, and just fall into sleep. So your dinner should also be light. So breakfast and dinner should be the lightest meals of your day. So that leads to the lunch. Lunch should be the grand, the big meal of your day. So that's because there's a reason behind it. It's because in Ayurveda we talk about Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, which are the energy times, or the energy cycles that goes in the universe, and also the energies of your body. There are certain times that those are active. So during lunchtime, from 10 a.m., actually mid-morning to lunch, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., that's a time of the Pitta, when your Pitta is actually the energy of fire. And the fire is active where it's in your belly. The fire is active in your belly, so your body is ready to consume the food and process the food at its optimal efficiency, I should say. So eat lunch as your biggest meal. Now, when I say eat it as a big meal, again, the another principle of eating food is don't eat up to the brim. Like, leave 1/4 of your stomach empty when you're eating food. Because, think of it, like if you fill something up to the top, you don't have any space for the food to, get digested, or to regurgitate inside, or to process it with the salivary enzymes and all that. So leave a little bit of room for just a space, and you can fill it up with water later on. Again, don't drink water immediately after meal. Wait half an hour or something after your food when you drink water. It's because when you drink water as soon as you're eating, you're shutting down the fire inside. So you want to keep the fire active when you're eating for processing, right? So drink water a little bit after, like maybe at least 20 minutes after you eat your food. And let's see. So eating small, not small meals. Okay, that's the other theory you may have heard, like eat small meals throughout your day. Yeah, I don't think that's a really good practice. I mean, I don't know, maybe people have seen benefits of it. I have not, but in my opinion, like 2 or 3 meals are good enough for a day. Actually, 2 meals are sufficient for someone to lead a happy and full life. So, small meal, lunch should be your biggest meal, like I said. Keep your breakfast and dinner to the lightest. And the next thing is avoid packaged food. Eat everything fresh as much as you can. Prepare food that you think you can finish in 1 or 2 sitting. Don't make like large quantities of food that you think is gonna last you for the whole week. Don't do that. Eat as much fresh food as you can. Prepare it and then eat it. I know sometimes it's not easy to prepare food for yourself or have someone else prepare it for you because you have a busy lifestyle or something. But even if you go out or buy it from somewhere, some place that prepares healthy foods, eat it fresh. Try to eat it fresh, right? Next thing is oil, which is really important. Go for cold press oils in your food. Cold press oils have been known to be really beneficial for the body. They have good qualities of monounsaturated and saturated fats that will improve your HDL, the good cholesterol in your body. So focus on those cold press oils, like you have extra virgin olive oil, you have coconut oil, you have sesame oil. Now, when you add those to your food, it's a good practice to add a little bit when you're cooking, but add a little bit more after the food is done, so the oils don't burn out. So when the oils are cooked too much, they burn and they're not as beneficial for your body. They oxidate. So you want the antioxidative properties of oil, or the good fats that don't give you any health problems. So go for those cold pressed oils in your food. That's the other reason you want to prepare food for yourself, because you know what kind of oil you're putting in and what kind of food you're putting in your body. Okay, so that's on oils. The next thing, I don't want to say it loud, but like avoid white colored products, in the sense of white flour, white sugar. White flour, white sugar, both are actually bad for you. If you're eating flour, go for whole grains as much as you can, or try mixing of grains when you're eating. Don't eat wheat flour all the time. Like mix in or change to some corn flour sometimes, or millet, or what's that? Buckwheat. Buckwheat is another good flour. Rice flour. Yeah, you have different kinds of flours available. Try to make use of them and try changing them, like in the staples that you eat, like bread or rice, right? Even in rice, don't go for the white polished rice. Go for the brown rice, or actually basmati rice is a good rice, because it doesn't spike up your sugar or your glucose level when you eat it. So basmati is a good option. Brown rice. Some of those Asian rice are also good. They're high in starch, but if you eat them in a small quantity, they're actually good for you and keep you full for a longer time. So that's on white stuff like white sugar, white flour. White sugar, is not so good because it's processed with, sulfurization and other things with those chemicals. So go for the raw sugar. Go for the sugar with molasses. Go for other sweet alternatives like honey or dates that people have started using in their smoothies and all. So dates are also really good. Another white thing is salt, right? So in salt, try to go for natural based salts like sea salt or kosher salt, or Himalayan pink salt, or there's actually black salt in some parts of India, which is very high in mineral content. It's not completely black. It's kind of a tannish, pinkish color, but that's also really good alternative to salt, just a table salt. So go for those natural sea salt, high mineral based salts that you can find. Now, let's talk about the second pillar of your health, which is exercise. Now, exercise, as you may already know, is really important and good for everyone to do. So, in this kind of lifestyle, we have so much facilities, so much ease to get what you need. Like, you don't even have to step out of your door to get some groceries or something. You can just, order it online or order it through your phone and get it delivered. So those are actually great things. I think that, that helps you spend your time towards other things that you are not able to do otherwise. So they're good for your benefits, but don't forget about being active. So always be active, even when you're working. Take breaks after 20 minutes, 30 minutes, walk around a little bit, get up from your chair, do some kind of strenuous workouts 3 to 4 times in a week. The strenuous workout can be 30 minutes or 45 minutes, depending on your schedule. Do some strength training. Cardio is again important, which you can actually do easily by just walking or running. And then for other parts, do the strength training exercises. And then some relaxation or flexibility-based workouts like yoga or meditation. That's really good for when you want to go to sleep. So yoga is actually, I know some people get confused that it's a very light kind of workout, but yoga has different styles. There is some yoga that focuses on strength training part, which involves a lot of balance and muscle stability to keep you stay in one pose. So yeah, yoga is great if you can follow that and continue that practice. And I actually have that same video that I talked about earlier. I talk about like what times you should do what kind of exercise, like what are the best times to do strenuous exercise and what times are best to do light or easy kind of exercises. So check that out. Just to summarize, you should do the heavy exercise in the morning. So between 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. because that's when you want to get sweat in your body, you want to get active, because that's the kapha time of your body and you want to get it going. For lighter exercises, evening is the best time, like after 4 p.m. or so. And then if you can't do that, like even after that, after 6 p.m. or 7 p.m., go for lighter exercises or meditation. So now the third and last pillar of health, which is sleep. Now, as you know, sleep is really important for the overall health of a human being. Now, we always talk about like working out, eating healthy, but a lot of times we don't focus on the sleep part. Now, sleep is really important. On a daily average, a human being needs a sleep of 6 to 8 hours, depends on person to person. 8 hours is the optimal time for someone to get full rest for your body. Now, remember, if you don't sleep, you're not going to recharge or rejuvenate for the next day. So make sure you're focusing on sleep. And for sleep, you need to set a schedule. You can't like have a weird sleep schedule where you're sleeping one night at 9 p.m. and the other night you're sleeping at midnight or 1 a.m. in the morning. So that's not right. Now, sleep schedule is also, as I've talked about in my other video, is important. You should try to go to bed by 10 p.m. and maximum by 11 p.m. if you can't go to sleep by 10. It's because at nighttime or after 11, your body goes into the phase of assimilation or cleansing of your body and rejuvenating inside. So there's a cellular regeneration that happens inside your body at the nighttime. And that's the reason we tell people to eat before 7 p.m. so your body can relax after that. And then when you fall asleep, your body can do all the mechanism inside to, regenerate inside to make you feel healthy, active, and younger, right? So focus on your sleep, set a good sleeping schedule. If you have trouble sleeping, do a warm foot bath before you go to bed. Try to meditate before you go to bed so you can relax. Now, try not to have a lot of white lights in your room, especially your bedroom. Keep some warm yellow lights in the bedroom. And of course, reduce screen time. Don't play with your phone when you're going into bed. Keep your phone away or your other electronics away and focus on sleep. You can listen to some light music at night just to get into the relaxation mode. Talk to your partner, talk to your family, friends before you go to bed. And then just do some meditation if you like, and then, fall asleep. So you can start your next day feeling fresh and ready to take up all the challenges. Now, the last one, which is outside these three pillars that I talked about, is mental and social health. This area is really important. Now, what I tell people, you're focusing on your body overall. You're focusing on the food that you eat, your exercise, your sleep. But there's another fourth area that involves some taking care of. That's your social life. Now, one of the biggest reasons people are getting or falling into depression is because they're lonely, they're alone. So try to make an effort to socialize, go outside, meet with friends, meet with your relatives, talk to someone, your old friend, or talk to someone new. Make new friends. When you go out at your fitness club somewhere, make new friends. So social life is really important. Another thing that I can suggest is social service. Now, that's actually a very good antidepressant out there. So depression occurs when you're focusing too much on yourself, too much on, what something happened to you or someone did to you. if you get out of that and start serving others or taking care of other people, your depression is going to go away. So get into the habit, maybe do some kind of volunteer work, go to your local social service center or temple or church or wherever you go to. Do that, get into the social volunteering habit or social service habit. That's really good for your mental health and your social health, and will make you happy and stay happy. So yeah, those are some of my tips that I wanted to share here for the overall health and how to improve your lifestyle. So please, everyone, just focus on your lifestyle, and half of your problems are going to go away. You're not going to get sick. You're not going to, there are some sickness, some diseases that are genetic that you have very less control, but even those you can avoid getting more complicated if you follow these healthy daily practices. So yeah, thank you for your time and hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye. Thanks.